Supporting your kids through a divorce is so important. I've seen some people use children as pawns to try to get what they want from the other person. Don't involve your kids in this. The kids need to, it's tough enough. They're losing what they know. So what I would suggest is keep their routine. Keep them doing what they normally do. And if you see that your children are suffering, they're under stress, get them into counseling. Let a licensed professional talk to them and help them cope with the difficulty that they're going to have to deal with their parents not being together again. And to, let's, say mom and dad separate. And in this case, dad's the primary parent. And then they go see mom on the weekends. Well, those kids may not have friends where they go see mom, depending on how far away they are. And those things are important to children. So you're really changing their lives. So you need to be in tune with them. Don't use them as pawns. Don't talk about the litigation. Don't talk bad about each other. Just let the kids know everything's going to be okay. Mommy and daddy will get this worked out and we'll have everything okay and you'll be taken care of. And if they suffer from any kind of trauma or stress that you see, get them into that therapist. A lot of people are in need of modifying a case. There has to be a significant change in circumstances in order to get back into court to modify that. Now, some of those changes could be that you got married, or the other spouse moved away, or the other spouse was convicted of a crime that is violent, or they're abusing the kids. In those circumstances, you have a change in circumstances, and that allows you to go back into court and ask the court to change the orders that are already in place. One place I see this a lot in, a lot of couples think that they can do 50-50 custody. That's like week on, week off. And I find a lot of times that doesn't work over time. And then people are going back and trying to relitigate that. So one parent can be primary and the other one does the visitation and pay child support. But unless you have that significant change in circumstances, you're not going to be able to move forward with that modification. So you definitely want to reach out to a lawyer and tell them your story and see if they feel like you meet the criteria to move forward with that modification. The best way to protect your rights during a divorce is to hire a professional. Do not go it alone. You may think you can look it up on the computer, but it's a little bit different when you put it into practice. So I definitely do hire a good attorney. Don't just sign the stuff that your attorney sends you. Make sure you read over it. If you don't understand it, ask the lawyer, what does this mean? That way you're not signing something that you thought was something different, and then you put yourself in a bad position. And then during the divorce, you need to think about, how are these decisions going to impact my parenting of these children for the year? How is it going to affect them emotionally? How is it going to impact the money? And how is that going to impact my rights to the kids? For instance, in Texas, it's, a lot of times people are joint managing servers. That means they share in decision making. Some people give that up and their spouse gets to make all the decisions with just telling them about it. So that's an important right to understand. And if that's something you don't want to give up, that's something you need to fight for. So definitely have a lawyer. Make sure you read through everything. Make sure you communicate with your lawyer so that you understand what everything means. And if you do all of that, you'll do a better job of protecting your rights through that divorce. Definitely, I think there's been a switch. When I first started this, the old adage, mom always wins. Well, mom did win most of the time. I think that the courts are now realizing that just because you're a mom, you're not always going to win the case. The court's going to look at the best interest of the children, and whoever can meet the needs of the children the best has the better chance of winning the case. And I've seen, though I don't think that in the long term, it ends up being good all the time, this 50-50 shared custody, I do see the courts more willing to accept it from people, to give both parents the opportunity to make decisions and be with those children. Because it's important. I think the science will show this. I'm not trying to say that that's my field. It's just what I've heard the experts say. Science will show that the more interaction the children have with both parents, the better they do when they get older. So those things are important. The advice I give people when they want to know about custody and they're afraid of losing custody, some people come into my office and they're really scared and they don't know what to do. And they're worried that they're going to lose custody of their children. Well, what I tell people, let's think about this. Who's the one feeding the kids? Who's the one getting them haircuts? Who's the one doing the schoolwork? Who's the one going to the school, to all the school events? Who's the one taking them to the doctor? Who's the one that knows the names of the doctor? So if you want custody, you need to be the one who knows all those answers, and you need to make sure you keep records of everything that you've done so that you have it handy with you, so that when it comes time to testify in court, you're going to be able to spout that out verbatim without having to hem and haw about it. And the faster you can come out with that information about the kids, the more believable it's going to be, and it gives you a better chance to retain custody. Just be present with your children, be the primary caregiver, and there's a good chance that you're going to end up with that custody.